Welcome to the 10-Minute Daily Reality Check. David Wygant here. I've got Dr. Diana Kirschner on with me. I'll introduce her in a minute, but just wanted to share something with you. The other night I went out with somebody, and it was really interesting. I went out with her and a couple other people, and I was looking at her, and she was all warm and fuzzy and loving and everything else. And I looked at her, and I said, "You're like a little teddy bear. You're so cute and adorable. I just want to hold you and snuggle you and literally spoon you all night long because you fit perfectly in my arms." I said, "But you don't really know what you want." And she looked at me, she goes, "Yes, I do." She goes, I want a man." I go, "Great, the universe will give you a man." "Oh, no, I want a man who's kind." I said, "Great, the universe will give you a kind man." And then she looked at me, she goes, No, I want a man I want great sex." I go, "Great. So the universe will give you a man that gives you what he thinks is great sex, and you'll be sitting back at night wishing he was just a teddy bear because you don't know what to do with him anymore." I said, "Be specific." So she looked at me, she took a deep breath, and in her warmest teddy bear moment, she says, "Oh, David, I get it. I get it. I'll be specific. I want a really kind, gentle, loving man that wants to have great sex with me." I said, "That's not being specific. So you're going to get a kind man who brings home a bag of almonds and you're allergic to nuts. He's gentle, so he has sex with you for like 3 minutes and less because he's afraid he doesn't want to hurt you, because that's what gentle sounded like to me in this world. And great sex to him is what he watched in porn." I said, "You have no idea what your love blueprint is. You have absolutely zero idea on what you're looking for. So the universe, at the age of 45 that you are right now, will give you these teddy bears that literally walk and talk. You might as well watch the movie Ted at this point." I, throughout my entire life, have found many people not knowing what they want in love. They know what they want out of their job. They go to a BMW dealership and know that they want leather. They know they want a black car over a red car. They know they like pasteurized milk over unpasteurized milk. They know they love to go watch a Jet game instead of a Dolphin game. But you know what? When it comes down to love, people are absolutely clueless. So I've got Dr. Diana Kirschner on the line right now. She's actually from Florida, I think, by her phone number. And Florida's a great state because everybody goes down there and they try to fall in love during spring break times. But yet they don't know what they're looking for. So, Diana, you meet people all the time that are just so ridiculously amazing, and they have not a clue. It's like their love search is literally like digging through the bargain bin at Walmart.
That's so true. I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's why most of us really need help, and what you were talking about there is the kind of help that's really powerful and important. It's something that in our Love Mentor group, we call helping the person really, really refine their love intention, and that's really key because the universe does deliver whatever is in your intention. And actually phrasing it in the present tense as already accomplished is very, very powerful. Very powerful. I have an extraordinary love relationship that helps me be the best person I can be, that fulfills me on every level. We're great parents to my children together. It's very specific to your situation. And I don't know why it is, but it's certainly true that when it comes to love, we somehow think it's just supposed to happen. It's just supposed to happen. If it's meant to be, it will be. And love is very, very difficult. That's not a mode that is really going to get you the kind of love you really long for.
Well, it's interesting. It's something that I believe in as well. It's something that I tell people all the time. When you're searching for love, don't search, attract love. Also realize there's an asterisk at all times, okay? There's no such thing as the perfect partner. For instance, there's so many women out there, they've got a child. They had a child with a man, or they had 2 children with a man. The relationship did not work out well. So they would love to be able to have a child again and do it the right way. And that is their priority when they go looking for love. Right? So what do they usually attract? They attract the same man that they just had. They have another child again, and now they're a single mother of two separate litters, And it's something that people don't do. They put their fantasy and dreams first instead of their reality first. To me, I want to meet my amazing equal, my high vibrational equal, a woman that is equal with me on all parts so we can grow together. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know how old she is. I don't know what her life experience has been. I don't know if she comes with kids or doesn't have kids. I have no idea what it might be, but I don't want things from it. All I want from it is equal, beautiful, loving growth that the two of us can explore together. And I go a lot deeper into this, but so many people are running around. I've got to have the white picket fence. I've got to have more kids, and I see them in these relationships that will give them more of the things, I call it the needy things they want. And they're not getting the deeper things, that love connection. And I'm sure you see that all the time. What do you say to these people?
Well, these are the people that come into our Love Mentor coaching program, and the very first thing that we do is to talk about actually there's an exercise that we have them do, and then we talk about it, and it has to do with talk about the experience that you really, really want in your heart of hearts, the experience you want in your soul when you're with this partner, and to project that 5 years into the future, and what does it look like, what does it feel like, what does it sound like. And you'd be surprised what emanates from a person when they're encouraged to dream big, when they're encouraged to envision, the greatest love that they could think of or feel or experience. And that's where we go. We go there, and then we help them create that, actually help them create that. But you're absolutely right. There's no perfect prince. There's no perfect princess. There's no perfect partner. But you can get very close to that amazing, incredible, high vibrational love if you're with someone who really wants to grow, who really vibrates with that wanting to grow and transform themselves. And we've seen it time and time again in the program, people just having these exquisite relationships and just saying, this is crazy, because this is crazy. I wrote out my love intention, and I wanted this and this and this, and I projected 5 years in the future, and not only am I living that, but it's even better.
Okay. So question, and I love that, but there's a huge population of women out there, and these are the women that I love to impact the most, because these are the ones that I just see so broken on a regular basis. They're 35 to 45. They either have children or don't have children, and a lot of them, especially, they just want more. I need more kids, or I didn't have my kids yet. I'm 43 years old, and I need to meet a man that I have kids with. They haven't done any of the work. They haven't really looked at the reality of the men that they're dating, of the pool that they're dating, of the prospects that are coming in, and they're putting this need for children first before the need for love first. So no man will walk into that minefield and go, yes, sign me up. You're 43 years old. You got to have kids in the next hour. I'm going to trade in my BMW for a minivan, and I'm going to be ignored for the next 5 years because we don't know one another. And we don't know one another, and you're going to be babyitis all over the place.
We see that a lot. We definitely see that a lot. There is the biological time clock still playing out for women, even though at this time they
go.
There are so many options because you can freeze your eggs, you can have a baby by yourself. A lot of women are opting for that, but there still is this biological biological clock that's driving them crazy, really crazy, and they're in a state of anxiety. It's like, it's not going to happen, it's too late, my eggs are old, and they get into some serious, what I would call killer beliefs, these beliefs that drag them down into despair and unhappiness, and then these beliefs pressure them to do more, search more, but they really need feedback. Or if they're just doing more and searching more in the same old way, they're going to wind up with the same negative results. But, here's where we see a loving mentor who can give you, really good feedback, who appreciates the problem, appreciates where you are, helps you to quell that anxiety, helps you to begin to select more from your heart and soul in terms of what's going to be fulfilling for you, can make all the difference.
Well, it's interesting. I can't date these women because they don't want me. They want my sperm, and I'm neutered, so I don't have sperm left, right?
You're not going to produce,
No, yeah. I'm not going to produce, and I always throw this out at them. I said, you're 40. Let's pick 40. You're 40 years old. You haven't met a man yet that is going to give this to you, or that you have loved enough. Why don't you just concentrate on love? Because the fact of the matter is that not all of us are on this path and this journey to have a child or children. Your path and journey might mean something else. And I always tell them, be open to something else, because the man that might come in with a child of his own or 2 children of his own. He might come in and he might be this altruistic man that wants to go and work at foster kid, work at foster homes and other things during his spare time. You might do other things together, but they don't look at the man. They look at the outcome, and it's just, we're not all meant to be rich. We're not all meant to be in physical great condition. We're not all meant to have children. We're not all meant to have the perfect white fence. And I always tell people that when you're wide open and your heart is open, the universe has actually probably delivered those guys to you, but you've ignored them because of the stories that are plaguing you.
That's a great point. That is a great point, David. Yeah, that is a really, really great point. And there's nothing like being in the flow of the universal or the divine energies, or really opening it up to the source energies that actually want to come through for us. We talk about the law of attraction. There's something out there that wants to come through for you. I don't care what you call it, but surrendering to that process. And then what happens is that what you think you want may not be exactly it, but something deeper, something better comes to you that is extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. But the whole key is, how do we get out of our minds and our anxieties about things and the feeling like we have to make it happen and it has to be this way and it has to be, the baby, we have to get pregnant, we have to do this, we have to get the commitment, we have to get the ring, whatever the heck it is. How do you manage to free yourself so that, the universe can provide even better for you? Anything that you can imagine can actually sometimes be coming to you, but in a much better way if you're open.
It's funny. I'm going to leave with this story, and then I'm going to give them your contact information because you're fascinating. I remember 10 years ago I met this woman, and we split because I didn't want a baby, she did, but we really connected. We're talking soul to soul, heartfelt, supporting each other, unreal connection, right? I ended up, because she opened me up so much, I ended up having a baby. And I have a beautiful daughter right now. And I ran into her about a month ago. She doesn't have a baby. She's past the point of having a baby. She thinks she could still have a baby. She doesn't know what to do. She's dating somebody she's not really in love with because he can have a baby. And I looked at her and I said, it's not your path, at all. And she looks at me, she goes, well, you had the baby. She goes, you should have had it with me. I said, hey, I just had it. I mean, my daughter wanted just to come in. That was my path. And that's the whole point. You are dating men that you do not love because you still don't have a definition of that man. And the fact is, you have a story that is not being created because you're in story. Why don't you just fall in love with what the universe gives you? Because he keeps giving you men that want to have a family that don't want to have sex with you, that don't really intrigue you enough, that don't make you feel great, that your friendship isn't that great, but yet you can potentially get pregnant with this guy. Congratulations, single mother in waiting. So this is a very passionate topic for me, and I love the fact that we explored it. Conversation always goes elsewhere. So tell all these wonderful men and women and anybody listening where they can reach you.
Yes, well, I have a wonderful gift for your listeners, and they can get it at my website, which is lovein90days.com. That's lovein90days.com. And what's really cool is that they can have a free love mentor coaching session, a 40-minute love mentor coaching session with one of my extraordinary love mentor coaches who are all handpicked and trained by me. And all you have to do is go to lovein90days.com, click on the little coaching tab, fill out the form. But here's the important part. At the bottom of the form, please put David sent me. David sent me, because we get inundated with requests for these sessions. But if you put David sent me, I'll make sure that you definitely get a session, and you will be thrilled.
Well, awesome. And it was really great. Hang on after I say goodbye to everybody. I want to ask you a question because you're amazing. And we're out of time. But, God, if you guys can only hear the question I'm about to ask her, it's one of the most fascinating things in the world. So we'll have Diana back on another day. 10-minute daily reality check is out for the day. See you tomorrow. Self-help that doesn't suck.